Never in a million years did I think I would do a cheesy reality TV show about love.
She's got you high and you don't even know yet. She's got you high and you don't even know yet. She's got you high and you don't even know yet. She's got you high and you don't even know yet.
I go back to Dallas and still heartbroken, and I'm still thinking about her all the time. I reached out to her. I found her phone number through a mutual friend that we had, and I call her, and I'm just trying to get answers as to why this happened. I just got her voicemail and never received a return phone call.
Wake up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy.
Hey, what up,
Grab
girl?
my glasses, I'm out the door. I'm gonna hit this city.
Let's go.
Before I leave, brush my teeth with a bottle of Jack. Cause when I leave for the night, I ain't coming back.
After about 6 weeks, I got a phone call from one of the executive producers. He says, "Hey, what do you think about being the next Bachelor?" And I didn't know what to say. I said, I'm getting over a broken heart and I'm still trying to mend. And the first go around wasn't the greatest experience for me. I said, I don't know. On the show, bachelors traditionally, they get raked over the coals. It's not easy to maintain that good guy image when you're the star. I call my family, and my family is such a wonderful, God-centered family, and I value their advice and their opinion. And I'm thinking they're going to tell me, don't do it. But in fact, both my mom and my dad said, God has opened this door for you, and I think you owe it to yourself.
Catherine and I have a very unique relationship where we can
Fast
be
forward a couple
weird
months
and
I'm
goofy,
flying out to
and
LA
then
to start the
in a
whole
moment
adventure over
it
again.
can turn
The
to
first night
serious, and I
comes
like
and,
that.
The limos pull up. It was just a surreal moment, standing there, not knowing who was going to step out of each limo, meeting every girl. And the first night, I think, lasted until 6 in the morning. It was just all night, and I'm exhausted, and I'm going from girl to girl to girl, having different conversations, trying to keep my story straight, trying to remember names. It's unnatural to date 25 women at one time, and it felt wrong. A lot of the time, it felt wrong. And I wrestled with it quite a bit, thinking, I'm pretty sure God opened this door, but what if he didn't? What if it's just an opportunity that came about, and what if I'm actually harming my testimony by going on a show and dating multiple people at one time and kissing multiple people? What if people look at me and they say, this is what's wrong with Christianity? Look at this guy. He's professing one thing, but he goes on TV and he's doing the opposite. That was a big fear. At the end of it all, I was forced to make probably the toughest decision of my life, breaking a girl's heart, thinking that she was gonna marry me. On the very same day, I got to propose to the love of my life, Catherine. I've always said that I want to marry my best friend. Catherine is just that. She was the one that I just couldn't see myself saying goodbye to, ever. Somewhere along the line, probably because people did know that I was a Christian, someone thought to ask the question, how's the sex, or are you guys waiting for marriage? I forget who asked it. I forget how they asked it, but somebody asked it. And I answered it honestly. Catherine and I are not having sex until marriage. From that moment forward, it was just a firestorm. I mean, every tabloid had me on the cover, and they labeled me as the Virgin Bachelor. Whether it was Late Night with Jimmy Kimmel, Entertainment Tonight, you name it, it was always brought up. They were just gonna view me as a weirdo. I didn't have sex in college. And honestly, I don't even know if I knew at that time why I took that stance. After graduating college, I moved back to Dallas. I'm dating other girls and I started having sex. And I would feel extremely guilty afterwards, but after that guilt faded, then I would start talking to some other girl and go down the same path to destruction. I just reached a point where I thought, you know, I've known Jesus is in my heart, and I know how I'm supposed to live, but for the past 5 or 6 years, I've just decided to ignore it. And something's got to change. And at probably the age of 24, I think I finally became a man. And I said, all right, Jesus, let's do this again. I don't know who I would be without Jesus in my heart. Jesus shapes the way I think. He shapes the way I see the world. He shapes the way I interact with everyone I come in contact with. It doesn't matter what I go through, the ups and the downs, the failed businesses, the broken heart, whatever. I know that I've got a God who loves me, who's right there next to me saying, it's gonna be okay. I've got plans for you. I love you. You know, I was labeled as an outsider. But as annoying as it was, it's also been a great thing for me, because that's now a part of my testimony. I don't know if anyone's found Jesus through me talking about not having sex, but I think now it's certainly more evident than ever that I love Jesus, and I'm different because I love Jesus. I didn't give in to, my sinful nature. As long as you stay in constant communication with God, He's gonna get you through anything. My name is Sean Lowe, and I am second.